So what I have in mind is to bring the sheep out up here and take advantage of all of the grass that we have growing up here without exactly letting them loose in our front yard, because obviously we have fruit trees planted and we have gardens. We don't want them to get in, and sheep are just like, they will find any way to get into your gardens, no matter if you close the little doors or whatnot. So our plan, we had some T-posts and some fencing laid out on that side all the way in the back, because we were going to enclose the next area of our property back there in the woods for the sheep to clear out. But I thought that we have so much grass up here, I want to take advantage of the summertime here in Florida, and now that it's raining and we have this grass growing back in, for the sheep to eat that instead, and then we can put the sheep back there in the woods once our grass has died off back here or up here. Like in the winter and the fall time, our grass tends to dry up, especially when we have like cold fronts and freezes. Our grass will be completely gone and crispy. It'll be like dry hay, and it doesn't really bounce back up till spring and summertime like it is right now. So I figured that might be a better plan to utilize our space a little bit. The sheep can eat all of this grass while it's here, and then when we don't have that much grass, we'll put them back there in the woods and they can clear all that land out for us. For a while, I think like a week and a half, we kept the sheep inside of their pen to give a break to our backyard. And you can see it has started growing back. It's a little bit patchy, but definitely better than before, because it was starting to get very sandy back there again. They were eating the grass past the roots and everything. So we gave our land a little bit of break for about a week and a half, and we just recently started letting them back out. But within no time, this will be all gone if we just leave them back here. So I figured we will utilize our front yard area, and we're going to use that same fencing and the T-posts that we took out from the back lot that we cleared out land a little over a year ago. We're going to use that same stuff, the same materials, just T-posts, zip ties, and then the field fencing. So this is the type of fencing that we're using to close them in. And then we have our regular T-post from Tractor Supply. These are very useful because you can reuse them as many times as you can. They're never really going to wood rot. I wish we would have bought T-posts from the beginning when we first started our farm, because we used a lot of wooden posts and they weren't treated because we were trying to go the cheaper route. And now 6 years later, all these posts are just rotted out and weather worn. So for now on, we're definitely just utilizing the metal, very strong and sturdy T-post for making any type of fences, whether it's for the gardens or to enclose the animals in. Okay, it's a little tricky to explain, but I think we figured out where we're going to put the fence, the little pen for now. I'll have to show you once it's all done, but I kind of outlined where we're going to go with it. It's going to start over there. It's a little tricky to figure out because we have to have an entryway into our little potted garden over there. We have to leave an entryway for us to be able to get into this garden and feed the parakeets and just maintain our garden over there. So we're basically going to build a little grass island fence for the sheep, but leave ourselves this edge walkway, like where those crepe myrtles are, around this electric pole. We're going to leave ourselves just barely enough space for us to get through and be able to enter into there. And then the sheep will still be able to reach all of this because they stick their heads through the fence holes, so they'll still be able to eat all this, the weeds and the grass, but we'll still have an entryway to where we need to go. Alright, we are done doing the whole little corral. We left this side open right here because this is where we're going to lead the sheep in. Once they are in and secured in there, distracted, eating their food, we're going to use this post and just staple the edge of the fence on there. So they'll be in there for good. There is no entry or exit point left for them. And then they have this whole little area all the way. You see the T-post over there? It's not such a big area. We did still have fencing left, but we don't have any more T-posts left. So this is the best we could do for now. And then we'll just continue to move them. Once this gets very eaten down to the point where there's nothing left for them to eat, we'll go ahead and move it to other areas of our yard. So now comes the fun part. We're gonna try to get them in here. Let me try to open this fence a little more. The sheep are nice and hungry right now. Hopefully our plan of just leading them in here with a bucket of feed will work. And then we gotta shut the door as soon as we can behind them. But hopefully it works out. So my husband went to go get the food right now. We got the kids that are gonna help, right? We're gonna try to make sure the sheep do not go out there wandering off. We want them to have a straight shot right in here into this big opening. Sheep look happy. They already started eating some of the grass and they're eating some of the grain that he poured on the floor. So this is where they'll be. We'll see how long it takes them to eat this down to the bare ground. I'm guessing about a week, maybe less than a week, and they'll be ready to move. So this is not permanent at all. This also, if you can get what are they called, hog panels, what we made our turkey pen out of, this would be so much faster, but we ran out of hog panels. All of them are being used for something right now, because with the hog panels you do the same thing with the T-post, and you put the T-post the width of the hog panels, and you don't have to mess with the wire or anything and pulling it tight. You just put zip ties all around to enclose your little pen. So hopefully in the future we can afford to buy a whole bunch of more hog panels and we could do movable pens like that, because it makes it 10 times easier. But right now we're trying to utilize what we have already. This fence didn't cost us nothing but 2 packs of zip ties like this. Amazon also sells stainless steel zip ties, which are really good, especially if you have bigger animals, because they won't pop them as easily. So, but yeah, this little corral only cost us the cost of 2 zip ties from Dollar General. So, and now they got free grass to eat and a new little area to roam around in for a good while. And we don't have to physically go in there for anything. We're gonna put their little water container right at the edge, so we could just stick the hose in there and refill it, and then we can just pour the grain right over the floor. So we don't need to physically go in there. That's why we are making it so that there's no door entry, because I didn't really want to have any weak points, especially with them being in the front yard. I didn't want to have any weak points at all where they could figure out how to get out through the door, because we want to protect our fruit trees that are in the front yard. So this way we know they can't get out unless they do some type of crazy climbing. Hopefully not, because we try to put it away from anything that they want to reach. Like over here where the T-posts are really spaced out, there's nothing out here that they want to climb and reach to eat. And then back there where there is stuff they can climb, we put the T-posts a little bit closer together. So that is it. That is our little project for today, was getting the sheep up here.